heard by now that the healthcare industry spends more money than any other to buy politicians' votes in Washington. And you might already know that doctors rake in profits from prescribing pills so much that 70% of Americans are on at least one prescription drug. But you might not know this dirty little secret of the healthcare industry. Patients undergo surgery they don't need tens of thousands of times every year. A USA Today review of government records and medical databases found the practice of unnecessary surgeries is rampant in the US. In fact, they could account for 10 to 20% of all operations in some specialties. Patients often undergo pacemaker implants, knee replacements, hysterectomies, gallbladder removals, and other procedures when they have no medical reason to do so on a frequent basis. One study from 2011 looked into more than 100,000 cardioverter defibrillator procedures and found that 22.5% of them had no justification whatsoever. Another study found that 17% of a particular spinal procedure were completely unwarranted. About 10% of all spinal fusions paid for by Medicare in 2011 were not necessary. And 12% of all angioplasty procedures did not need to happen. So why does this happen, you ask? The report points to 3 categories for the unnecessary surgeries: the incompetent, the indifferent, and the immoral. Many doctors are just not well-trained or competent, even though we treat them like gods oftentimes. Then there are some that are more businessmen than medical professionals, who look at cases that could go either way and say, well, I have enough to justify the surgery, so I'm going to do it. And then there are the flat-out crooks, who are just blatantly in it for the money. And there is a ton of it to be made in the healthcare industry these days. Surgeons bill Medicare, Medicaid, and insurance companies huge amounts of dollars for these surgeries that don't need to happen. The total amount that these shysters take of our American tax and insurance dollars is enormous and criminal. But when you live in a country with a crooked, for-profit healthcare system whose mantra is greed is good, can you blame them? With the money-centric state of our country today, unnecessary surgeries for profit is kind of just what the doctor ordered. Tonight, let's talk about that by following me on Twitter @TheResident.